Hey students, it's cavity discussion time now, and let's take a look at this. So you can see up here, this is Mr. Two-Face. You can see all the way up on top, coming down. All right. So first of all, this is the anterior surface. Sometimes it's called ventral. You know, just think about a baby. A baby has a ventral, and a dorsal, and a baby walks on 4 legs. But humans, since we stand on 2 legs, we call this direction going up superior and this direction down inferior. Okay? So we got superior and we have inferior, and that would make this here anterior and posterior. Okay? You with me here? We also will call this dorsal for the cavities and ventral for the cavities on this side. It's kind of a strange nomenclature, but that's just how it is. So the cavities, the dorsal cavities, we have a cavity up high, and that's the cranial cavity. And this is part, like I say, it's part of the dorsal cavity. And then we come down and we have the vertebral cavity, which is inferior to the brain, right? And it has a spinal cord inside of it. So that's what's inside the cavity. All right. Now, over here, the ventral body cavity starts all the way up top. I'm going to turn it around so you can see them like this. Okay, so for the ventral body cavity, we have a thoracic cavity. Okay, you see that? With the lungs and the heart in between. And then working our way down, this is the abdominal pelvic cavity. See that? I'm going to show you the whole thing. So it goes from right there to there, abdominal pelvic, from basically the liver all the way down here to when we get down to the urethra, way down this way. Are you with me here? Okay, so let's look at the thoracic cavity a moment and talk about it. First of all, it consists of 2 major regions. One is the pleura, the pleural cavity, which would be the lungs, and these are lateral, so they're sticking out. Sorry about that, Mr. Liver. And there's the other one. So this would be, which lung would that be? Would that be the right lung? No, that would be the left lung. So let's get that out. Oh, and so there is our pleural cavities. You see that? Excellent. And inside you can see the bronchioles going on, and the pleural arteries and veins, all of them working into the lungs. See that? And also you see this other thing, the heart. Now, so we have the pleural cavities, lateral, right and left, okay? And then we have, going up here, something called mediastinum. So we have a superior mediastinum, which is in the middle, and it's up here, and an inferior mediastinum, which is down here, okay? The heart, as you can see right there, is the pericardial cavity. So there's a heart, it's in the pericardial cavity. Let's take it out before it falls out. Which is a part of the inferior mediastinum. The superior mediastinum would be further up, and this is where you'd find, you know, the esophagus and the trachea. But anyway, so the whole thoracic cavity is here, bounded by the diaphragm, okay? And then once we get down here, we're into the abdominal cavity, and you can see some of the organs that we have. So of course the esophagus is going to be coming in through the diaphragm, coming through right there, and here is the stomach, right? So that would be gastric cavity. Let's take that away. You can see where that would be. And then going on along, you can see some other organs that we have inside here. You know, kidneys down further to the back. We call that retroperitoneal. It's towards the back. You can see the intestines coming along here. This is the colon. It's a transverse colon coming across, making a nice line right there. Of course, we have small intestines too that are in here, and we will discuss those in great deal later. I'm going to take this out, take the intestines out. Okay, there we go. There we are. Now the intestines are all out, and so this would be thoracic cavity there, and then down below, abdominal pelvic. So when I'm saying this is abdominal cavity here, and then going down, we have pelvic cavity, which is right down here on the bottom, and you can see the urinary bladder. You see the sigmoid colon, the descending colon. They are all coming down here. There's going to be a rectum coming through here. Okay, are we good there? So abdominal pelvic. This would be abdominal. That would be pelvic. And the whole thing is called abdominal pelvic. All right, great.